My name is Clark Bolton. I worked for WellCare and I was the supervisor of investigations. I didn't necessarily choose to be a whistleblower. I chose to do what I believed to be right. My whole motivation throughout the whole process while employed and up to the point when the company decided to terminate me was all about getting the company to do the right thing. When they chose not to do the right thing and they chose to terminate me and essentially put my career in jeopardy, in my view, they crossed the line. During the course of a normal business day, I ran across an email, and within the contents of the email, I read information which led me to believe that there was potential issues relative to violations, regulatory violations, and potentially criminal violations. So I made my boss's boss, the senior director of medical economics, aware of the situation. And he turned to me and very specifically said, well, that was a business decision. Business decisions were overruling any other decision. Each and every time I observed something, I notified my director and the vice president. In fact, 8-9 months into my employment at the company, I finally had documentation, real documentation, that would show that there were violations and potentially criminal violations. I advised them it was my professional opinion that they needed to inform the government. They chose not to. I was called into a meeting in October of 2007 and told that I no longer had a position because they were going to relocate the Special Investigation Unit over to the Legal and Compliance Department. I knew at that point immediately that I was being terminated as a result of the actions that I had done and tried to get them to do the right thing. I clearly at that point felt that I needed to tell someone. First and foremost, you have to document everything. Collect as many documents, write down conversations, dates, names, places, witnesses. Document everything because you never know what's going to be useful later on down the line. I was very thankful that I encountered the James Hoyer Law Firm. And they set up a meeting with us to meet with the FBI and HHS investigators, and they interviewed me for a couple hours here in this room right here, and we shared with them all the information that I had to provide to them. You may find yourself without employment financially. Emotionally, you need to get prepared for the highs and lows and everything in between. You feel, why did this happen? Why did this happen to me? And you can't let yourself get there because it doesn't help you, it doesn't help your family, and you really want to move forward. You really have to take control of it. You have to get a plan together and work that plan. That's how you're going to get through it. When you get the phone call from your attorney that says the federal government believes in your case, believes that your complaint has legitimacy and they're going to move forward with it. That is almost like a validation of everything that you've gone through. Because again, you're peaks and valleys, and there are quite a few valleys, and these cases go on for extended periods of time. Ultimately, it was worth it because I tried to do the right thing. I try not to think of the monetary piece of it, but when they hand you a very large check, it is very nice. Yes, I agree with that. It is. But I'd still do it over again. Whether I was going to be compensated or not, I would still do the right thing. That, to me, is the most rewarding.